It's the cruelest scientific experiment on human beings. The molecular technology of the machine was used to scan human beings. The soul and the body are completely separated, then printed out with condensed matter little by little. Finally, an immortal ghost is born. Accompanied by endless pain and terrifying power, they can ignore any human weapon attack, even the most destructive tanks. Not only that, they can't be seen with naked eyes, as long as touched by their bodies. People will be frozen to death instantly. At first, Creator thought they had opened Pandora's box, but a catastrophe accident occurred. Some ghosts broke free and killed the Creator, and then began to kill wantonly. Even the weak children have also been killed, because the ghosts cannot be seen with the naked eye, and the local army has also suffered a devastating loss. The high-level officials found Dr. Clyne, thinking that the electronic pulse technology and ultra-light goggles he invented might be able to resist the invasion of ghosts. Clyne, who saw the ghost through the video, was so shocked that he could not speak. He firmly believed that it was just an unknown weapon, not a ghost. In order to investigate the truth, he decided to use his own invention. As long as something appears, there is nothing to hide, so the military dispatched a special forces unit to set off. When the soldiers kicked open the gate, they found a large number of corpses. There were no wounds on their bodies, no signs of fight at the scene. There was movement from the bathtub on the side. After opening it, it was a soldier who survived by chance. He told everyone that all his comrades in arms were dead. The soldier on the top floor saw the ghost. He thought it was a problem with the goggles, took it off and found nothing. When he put on the goggles again, he saw the ghost clearly. He shoot but couldn't cause any damage to Ghost, and he was killed. The rest of the team members received the news and were about to support, but died instantly under the attack of the ghost. The soldiers on the second floor didn't know what happened and got killed soon. The soldiers shot everywhere, but it didn't do anything. Clyne ordered to retreat, and when the soldiers slid down from the window, the ghosts could still float in the air and pass through the wall. In just a few minutes, most of the soldiers were dead. Through the hyperspectral camera, Clyne saw the face of the ghost, which looks like a ghost and have the same look as a human. After receiving Clyne's instruction, the captain picked up the heavy weapon and fired. After the smoke cleared, Clyne saw through the hyperspectral camera that the ghost rushed out again and killed the captain in front of him. The soldiers who ran out of the corridor were all penetrated by the ghosts. The remaining personnel had completely lost their will to fight and fled the scene in an armored vehicle. The wheels of the armored vehicle hit the landmine buried here, and the only vehicle was blown up. Clyne led the rest of the team forward, and they came to the abandoned building, where 19 died soldiers were found. According to the current information, Clyne only knows that the ghost has a human look. Now that everyone's goggles have been completely damaged, everyone is like a lamb waiting to be slaughtered. Clyne placed the hyperspectral camera on the commanding heights, allowing the soldiers to see the true look of the ghost. The ghosts were trapped by the iron filings on the ground and could not move forward. It was obvious that someone did this deliberately to protect the people who lived here. After searching, they found a pair of siblings and learned from them that the iron filings was built by their father, who was killed by a ghost when he was setting up defenses, and a magnetic plate and Masarawi's map were found on his body. The girl told them that the ghost came from here. The soldiers contacted the headquarters. A helicopter came to pick them up soon. Looking at the magnetic chips here, Clyne led everyone to start making magnetic chip weapons and transformed the hyperspectral camera into a searchlight, allowing everyone to see ghosts with the naked eyes. When getting ready, Clyne found that the building they were in was surrounded by ghosts. Desperation enveloped everyone's heart. The soldiers attacked first and trapped the ghosts with modified magnetic chip grenades for a short time. The ghosts quickly broke free. The soldiers began to sacrifice one after another. At the critical moment, the hyperspectral searchlight was also broken. Just when everyone was desperate, the support troops arrived with tanks, brought hope to everyone. But the number of ghosts should not be underestimated. They thought the missiles of the tanks could bring harm to the ghosts. The ghosts stood up unscathed. They soared into the air and rushed to the reinforcements. The situation on the battlefield was not optimistic. All the soldiers had no chance to fight back and were killed. Even their tanks were easily destroyed by the ghosts when they were about to die. The helicopter from the base arrived. In a critical moment, Clyne untied the iron filing grenade on his body and detonated it in front of all the ghosts. The wind blew the magnetic chips onto the ghosts, temporarily stopping their attack, and all of them finally escaped by helicopter. In the refuge, the girl told Clyne that her father created ghosts for Masarovi, and the ghosts came from the power plant there. Clyne finally figured everything out and recalled the survived soldier hide under the magnetic bathtub, and when the ghost attacked just now, it couldn't penetrate the tank because there were magnetic debris around the tank. Which also means that the ghost was not born naturally, but someone created them. There are natural bodies such as solid, liquid, and gas in the world, and there is also a kind of artificial condensate, which cannot pass through magnetic products, but can pass through walls because the temperature is very low. People will die when touch them, which are characteristics of ghosts. To create this kind of condensation requires a lot of energy. The Masarovi nuclear power plant where the girl's father works is the place where the ghosts are made. As long as there is a plasma discharge gun, the ghosts can be completely defeated under Clyne's leadership. Everyone dismantled the parts of the existing weapons and successfully manufactured a plasma discharge gun. The decisive battle finally began. Everyone took a fighter plane to the Masarovi nuclear power plant. In order to verify whether the plasma discharge gun was effective, the soldiers plugged in 4 charging treasures, turned on the scope, and aimed at the ghost in front. Prepare everything, quietly waiting. The ghost in front also found them. The soldier pulled the trigger, and the plasma gun collided with the ghost, and a violent explosion occurred. All the soldiers who received the order landed and charged towards the ghost's base camp. Clyne led the team to enter through the secret passage on the other side. He wanted to find out the cause of the ghost incident. When he entered the inner passage, he met a ghost, which is different from the ones outside. It evaded the shots of the plasma gun again and again, completely dragging Clyne and his party back. In order to successfully complete the task, the soldiers were prepared to sacrifice themselves to cover Clyne. The battle on the other side was also extremely fierce. Before, the ghosts could not be seen, and no weapons could harm them. As a result, the soldiers were always killed. Now, under the action of plasma guns and goggles, they finally have the power to fight. On Clyne's side, after opening the last iron door, they saw the truth. There is a complete ghost production line. The machine keeps creating new ghosts 24 hours a day, and there were countless trapped ghosts. The cell door was broken, and it was obvious that the experimenters were killed by the escaped ghosts. They found the machine control port, and as long as they cut off all the links, all this can be ended. The ghosts who realized the danger also began to break through the door, trying to stop Clyne. When everyone thought it was over, the ghosts that had died and dissipated suddenly came back to life and began to converge towards a certain place. The ghosts penetrated every soldier's body. Watching the soldiers fall one after another, Captain connected all the plasma guns together and prepared to use all the energy to launch the final blow. The huge recoil directly sent him flying, affected by the explosion. The prison door was also broken, and all the ghosts rushed out. When everyone was about to be penetrated by the ghost, Clyne cut off the connection of the machine, and all the ghosts exploded, completely dissipating. Clyne came to the last room, where countless corpses were stored, all of which were living beings. They are now living as if they were dying, and he couldn't bear see them to continue to suffer this kind of pain. Clyne unplugged the machine that kept them alive and helped them get relief.